Good afternoon, my jitlets, jittle yangs, fargaletugala langs. Back with another banger Tuesday here, and we hit this crazy ass, bro. We top ticked this, bro. We top ticked this, and guess what? We top ticked it with inverse fair value gaps, bro. Inverse my fair value gap, bro, right now, bro. Inverse it. We got our orders filled here, bro. This is looking good so far. This is looking good for the account. This is looking good for the eval. This is looking good for everything, basically. Okay, guys, you'll need to see this, bro. What? Bro, my chair really needs some oiling, bro. I need to oil up my chair, bro. I'm gonna oil up my chair, bro. I'm gonna make sure every single side is smooth, texturous, and very, very silky. My chair needs to be silked up, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, let's talk about inverse fair value gaps today. We landed this crazy move here, and man, I just realized that I need to hit some better RRs, better risk to rewards, because, you know, I took partials in between here. You don't see it, but we took partials here, and we took off the rest of our position here. Looking into the future, hopefully we can get some tighter stops and some better RRs. You know, I'm not really looking at win rate here. I'm much rather looking at how much or what our, you know, risk to reward is in the end, because we can lose or we can afford more losses if we have a better risk to reward. And that's just how all this trading shit works. But then again, man, I hope you all are having a great day today. Let's dive into this here. So how did we enter here? What did we do? What kind of function did we pull up to in order to execute this system right here, this construction? So moving into market open, I noticed that we had a bearish SMT off of these highs over here. I didn't mark them out, but it's from this high up to this high, and then from this high down to this high over here. So ES made a lower high right here on the higher time frames. So what can we do with that? We can assume that, you know, we're going to get some bearish movement moving into market open. And, you know, we got just that. We literally got just that. We came up moving into market open, manipulated these 5-minute highs up here, and it looks a little bit barcodey here. It looks like a textbook liquidity sweep. So yeah, after we manipulated these 5-minute highs, we built like a little double top Jacob's ladder over here. And then, you know, I thought to myself, oh, cool, maybe we could take a short in here, but I did not. You know, this isn't enough for me. Taking it off of, like, see this inversion here? This simply isn't enough for me, right? Even though we just, like, manipulated this, it's like, look at this, man. We broke structure to the upside on the 1 minute. I wasn't really confident with taking that or anything like that because, number one, we are so early into market open. And number two, Asia highs are right up here. But yeah, moving into this area over here, we took this trade before the macro, but, you know, I thought since we had, like, a low time frame manipulation up here and we just, like, edged Asia highs, I was kind of like, I was conscious that we were going to take these, but we didn't. We started running back, and I noticed that we inversed this gap over here. And this to me is, you know, this to me is enough after we manipulated these highs over here. It's telling me, okay, cool, liquidity sweep. We've just taken out loads of people from the market. Following that, you know, we're inversing a gap. We're disrespecting bullish order flow. I'm going to enter here with a position of this size over here. I'm not going to try and target some crazy shit. I didn't target London lows because, again, right, we're only taking this trade off of a liquidity sweep and an inversion here. My contract sizings were the same. I kept them the same, but, you know, I just made sure that my overall position was a little bit tighter. Risk to reward a little bit tighter, right? Making a little smart move here because look what happened, right? We did end up taking this. If I put my shit down here, I would have gotten stopped out at break even, but we played it smart today. Bro, look at this. Look at this crazy move. Not a single up candle here. This is the kind of motion that we're looking for when we're trading, bro. Bro, after this trade over here, I'm falling in love with inverse fair value gaps because straight after liquidity sweep or manipulation, it just shows. It genuinely just shows, right? Normally what I tend to look for is like a shift in order flow in the 1 minute time frame. We did get that here. I didn't wait for a continuation confluence just because this was like a good setup for an inversion to the downside. And we were early into market open when shit was volatile. So I took this setup here. And it played out, right? We took off 4 contracts here and another 4 contracts here. And we are up like $350, I think. But we're up on the account now. So, you know, we're making some progress here. Now, some of you are going to tell me, why didn't I wait for a continuation confluence? Why are you trading the inversion model or any of this? Look. I have to tell you something, right? With trading, right, you can mix and match, right? As long as it works for you, as long as you know what you're looking at, as long as you have good intuition, and as long as it follows your overall like generalized strategy, I'd say it's fine, right? Because this in turn is still following my strategy, right? Which is the change in order flow. The only thing I didn't do is wait for a continuation here. But you know, knowing I didn't wait for continuation, I sized or kept my risk to reward a little bit tighter. And, you know, I took that, right? I took that. I'm not going to miss out on a potential move. Obviously, if this was a trade that we'd lose, then wouldn't really be much of an issue either. I mean, we were following our plan. We did have liquidity sweeps. And as well as that, if we didn't take this move, we could have just waited for this sweep over here, this inverse over here, coming into a fair value gap. There were so many setups today, right? I could have just flipped this position here. But again, like I said, we're up on the day. We're not emotional. We're not trying to farm anything, right? We're looking for the next day to come and a new setup to come where we can probably catch an even better move, potentially. Then again, if we did take the setup, it could have just fully reversed on us and went down to London lows, right? Because we did have this move over here. We did manipulate these lows. Whatever, man. All I'm trying to say is I'm not over trading, okay? I just checked news. Moving tomorrow, we have 2 yellow folders. So not really any news, realistically. Yellow folders don't really do anything at all. So moving into tomorrow, hopefully we can get some form of volatility. Hopefully the market doesn't chop up like per usual. Happens like once every 5 days. Every like 5 trading days, one of those trading days, you end up getting some crazy chop action. But, you know, hopefully we can maintain this motion and then, you know, we'll see. Maybe in like a week or 2, we can get through this fucking funded. So that is how I took this banger trade today. I know I wasn't too technical or anything like that. Like, I didn't talk much about, oh, you know, what did the previous session do? Didn't really do much moving into London session. If you want that sort of like analysis from me, we were kind of consolidating during London session. We didn't really manipulate anything. So I was hoping like, you know, moving into New York sesh, we get that manipulation leg over here. And yeah, manipulation started from the upside and I took that short down to this manipulation here, which is now running up to manipulate Asia highs. So a lot of like up, down, ziggity, zag, like Jacob's ladder action over here. But yeah, we managed to catch a move today. Not complaining. Happy as that, bro. Happy as that. Simple gets you paid. Alright, boys. Right. I'm going to go carry on working tomorrow. Alright, boys. I'm going to go and hit legs later today. I'm going to carry on working on my vlog. Alright, gent. Alright, boys, I'm gonna go hit legs later today and I'm gonna carry on working with the vlog. Okay, so I'm gonna hit legs now or later today, and I'm also going to carry on working on the vlogs, which will come out within the next like week or 2. Be tuned. Okay, so I'm gonna go hit legs now, or actually I'm gonna go hit legs later, and in the meantime I'm gonna work on those vlogs. Be prepared for those vlogs, bro. I'm gonna drop some bangers on the YouTube. Soon enough, in due time, you'll get some crazy bangers, bro. You'll get some crazy value. I can't wait to drop all that, bro. I'm gonna open a Discord one day within like the next couple months. Just gonna sort everything out. Have a couple surprises in mind for, you know, just the whole environment everywhere. It's so exciting, but all I'm gonna say is stick around for that, bro, because life's about to get crazy, bro, and I can't wait to drop all this value. So much value, bro. Like, bro. The source, hear me out, the source that will be dropped, hear me out, the source that will be dropped on this channel within the next like quarter or like within Q3/Q4 of this year, just within this next half of, you know, 2025 and moving into 2026, it's going to be crazy, bro. The glow up on everything is going to be crazy. I'm so excited for all this, and I don't know what's going to happen, but you know, the future holds bright, you know. I'm delusional as that. And hopefully you all are as delusional as me when it comes to, you know, making it out in life. Because that is the headspace that you need in order to get absolutely anywhere, bro. I believe in you, bro. I believe in you. And the same way that I believe in you, the same way that I believe in myself, right? So, again, right, see you tomorrow for when we potentially find another one of these crazy ass setups. And until then, stay up. Stay bright, stay working, stay disciplined, do everything you're meant to, you know, love your mother and father, and yeah, see you tomorrow, boys. Peace out.